been a long time, hasn't it? I know I haven't been reading this, but things haven't been in the best condition. I'm doing a collab apparently. I mean, not as in a bad apparently. I mean in a good apparently. I'm just not feeling the rush. Anyways, here, let's get started on chapter 5. I don't know if I finished chapter 4, but it sounds to me like I heard the end of the recording. I think I did. I kind of butchered the end, but here's chapter 5. If I, by some reason, have to stop this recording because I have to, I don't know, change the place I'm reading it because I'm reading it from DeviantArt, probably not the best place to read it. I should probably read it from the other place, but I guess I can't open it right now. Shipping and Handling, Chapter 5. Pegasus from Pegasus Rescue Brigade. Why is that so hard to say? And checkmate, Cloudcover declared, effectively trapping Breeze's king and ending the chess game. Breeze scrutinized the board for several seconds before sighing and sweeping the remaining pieces off the board with a hoof. That's the 4th time in a row you've won, the red pony grumbled indignantly. Cloudcover grinned. I've always somewhat been a whiz at this game. Better luck next time, mate. Shall we set up again? Oh, isn't this guy supposed to be from Huffington? From Manhattan? Too late. Nah, Breeze replied. We've been at it all day. He glanced back at the clock. Literally, it must be a slow day for shipping in Equestria. Did anyone get assigned a job? Did anyone get assigned a job at all today? Cloudcover asked. Yeah. Haven't you noticed that we haven't seen Ditzy in a couple hours? Right, said the White Pegasus, scanning the room to confirm that the mayor was not present. Sorry, it's hard to concentrate with those two always yelling. He pointed the other side of the lounge area. As usual, Watt and Glow were engaged in an argument, or maybe just plain conversation. When those two were involved, it was impossible to make a distinction. Well, I told you, I don't care how many volts of electricity you get shocked with last week. Oh, come on, Cosmo. You never let me tell you stories about my electrician job. That's because most of them are rather unsettling. Would you stop calling me Cosmo already? Bree shook his head. Try to tune them out. It usually works for me. Cloudcover was about to respond when the door of the lounge opened and Ditzy walked in. Hey, Ditzy, said Breeze cheerfully. Hi, the gray Pegasus replied in a subdued tone. It was easy to tell that something was not right. Ditzy slunk into the room, her eyes trained on the floor. She eventually flopped on the couch, staring at the window listlessly. Well, some pony's upset, Breeze said as he trotted up next to the other Pegasus. Want to tell me what's wrong? Ditzy sighed. I failed my assignment today, Breeze. Oh, Breeze said. Was this the first time that's happened? Yeah, Ditzy sniffed, not looking to the other pony. Ditzy, you've been working here for a month. You failed once, and only one. About 1 out of 20 assignments. Most of us fails 1 in every 4 or 5. Your record is still spectacular. So, they say they stay in the lounge, but if you have only 20 assignments per month, say a month, and Equestria just happens to be 31, then that's like 10 days you're just sitting in the lounge. Either, if that place had free Wi-Fi, I'd be like, okay, that's not bad. I mean, I'd be on my computer all day looking up other stuff, but 10 days, just, well, I guess for Ditzy she'd be eating muffins, but I'd be going crazy. I'm not worried about my record, Ditzy said suddenly, with a bit more energy in her voice. I'm upset that, thanks to me, the pony I was helping today won't be able to go out with the mare he likes. She finally turned to look at Breeze. Her big, usually joyful eyes showed signs that she had been crying. I've finally come to realize the hardest part of this job. How can I live with myself to know that I've let another pony down? Breeze thought about it for a moment, but he wasn't sure how to answer. He opened his mouth to respond, if only to say some cliched comforting statement, but he never got a chance. Why does this keep turning off? Oh yeah, I don't have it plugged in. Hold on. Plug you in, you damn computer. So the rookie's little beginner's luck streak is finally over, huh? Ditzy and Breeze both looked at Glow, who had decided to acknowledge Ditzy's presence. This only occurred when she had something insulting or otherwise demeaning to say to the Pegasus. Ditzy narrowed her eyes, glared at the unicorn. I don't need your input, Glow. Aw, little Ditzy is grumpy, Glow cooed mockingly. You're looking a little upset. What's wrong? Can't handle it when things don't go how you planned? She's a douche. A really big douche. I have to close the door. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, I have a little bit of a disruption problem right now. I said be quiet, said Ditzy a little more loudly, though her sadness was still apparent through her veil of anger. Of course, said Glow in her sarcastic tone. But first, I just thought it would be courteous of me to answer your question. You know, a pro offering a rookie a little piece of advice. My question? Yes, you just asked Breeze how you can handle failing an assignment, Glow continued. And the answer is pretty simple, really. Just stop caring so much about your client. Your job is to do what they ask you, so you get paid. When you fail, you don't get paid. And that's all the incentive you need. If you actually concern yourself with the client's well-being, you're just going to mess up. And that's when you fail. That's not true. The clients are ponies like you and me. We change lives with what we do. A lot of times, we set up a lifelong partnership between two ponies. How can you work at a job without any emotion towards your client? Because that's the most effective way to get things done, Glow said in a matter-of-fact tone. But you aren't cut out for this job, Ditzy. You're way too emotional. Those kinds of ponies can't make it in this line of work. Glow, shut up, said Breeze firmly, noticing Ditzy's increasingly horrified and despairing expression. Oh ho, Glow grinned. Oh god, here we got a badass over here. Oh ho, Glow grinned darkly. Coming to your mare friend's defense now, are we, Breeze? Breeze's red fur managed to hide a resulting blush, but he still flinched at Glow's accusation. Ditzy blinked in surprise as well. Breeze stuttered. She's not my mare friend. I just try to be courteous to our newest team member, unlike you. Oh, right, give me a break. It's perfectly obvious that you're head over hooves for a wall-eyed little friend there. Breeze snarled. No one asked you, you irritating little ahem. Ah, here comes Senor Candyfloss. I think I messed up. Anyways, that's kind of messed up. I mean, if you don't, I don't know, how could you do a job like that and you don't care about the other person's pony's feelings? I mean, I'd get crushed like Ditzy probably if I had to do that as a job and be like, well, I might have just messed up your lifelong relationship, and I know you're not gonna pay me, but for all it's worth, I'm sorry. You know? Here's the next part. Ahem. The cough was soft, almost inaudible, but it caught the attention of all 5 ponies immediately, and all heads turned to see a certain wispy white unicorn standing calmly at the door. Good afternoon, Candyfloss, said Breeze awkwardly. Sorry, what was that? Candyfloss added in an unexpected tone. Breeze groaned. Good afternoon, Dr. Candyfloss. Good afternoon, the unicorn replied in a small, mischievous smile. I would like the 5 of you to gather around the table, please. It's time for our monthly staff meeting. The unicorn trotted toward the table, leaving the other 5 ponies walking in awkward silence following their interrupted argument. After a moment, Ditzy rose from the sofa and fluttered to the table, and the other employees followed. Candyfloss sat for a moment, using magic to organize the papers he had brought along, and left the others to wander about how much of the previous fiasco their boss had heard. Was it really possible that he had missed the whole thing, or was he simply pretending that he had? Okay, the magenta-maned unicorn announced suddenly. So, monthly news. Our newest employee arrived the day after our last staff meeting, so I assume that you all had time to get acquainted with her since then. He turned to the Pegasus in question. I know this is late, but welcome once again, Ditzy too. Ditzy just smiled sheepishly. Let's see, what else, he continued. Ah, it appears Glow has reached an astonishing 150 successful shifts. Let's applaud Glow as she continues to push the record higher. Glow held up her head arrogantly and received a very half-hearted round of applause from the other employees. If my dog doesn't shut up right now, I'm gonna go strangle him. Thank you. I can't believe he actually shut up. Let's see what else. Okay, blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Candy Floss brought up a few more uninteresting concerns about last month, seemingly oblivious to the tension in the air. After a few more awkward minutes, he reached the bottom of his list. Alright, that concludes the news, the unicorn said quietly. Are there any issues you would all like to discuss before we conclude the meeting? Awkward! No one? Oh, shit. I think that covers today's reading. Not today's reading, but just this reading. Probably.